So we have these big websites, and they're getting lots of traffic, millions of traffic every month for some of them, millions of visitors every month for some of them, and thousands, hundreds of thousands of visitors every month for other websites. And you could ask yourself, what makes this website so successful? What makes this big website so successful? How can I actually get my website to be as popular and attract so many people? Okay, apart from websites, we have companies like Google, like Samsung, like Apple, and the rest of these big companies, Facebook, doing so well, making products that are actually very useful to consumers, products that consumers love and want to use. So what makes these people so successful? What makes the company so successful? Now, there are a lot of factors, all right, that make these products and these companies successful, apart from the fact that they make good products and they're actually uh, do a lot to help the consumers. One of the things that make them to stand out is research. Okay, it is research. Now there are a lot of factors to these things. Okay, apart from the fact that the product is good, and some most of the times the product is very helpful and it is very useful. And apart from the fact that these are big companies already, right? They already have the reputation. But one of the things that make these people very successful is research. Okay, research. These companies conduct research to know what consumers, what readers actually want. And for us to have a successful blog or online business, we have to conduct research so we know what the customers want, what the readers are coming for, what they would love to find on our website, so that we know how to tweak our ideas to actually meet their needs. So that is what we'll be talking about in this video. Hi, my name is Ekemini Robert. In this video, we'll be talking about research and how you can use research to make your website a huge success, to make your online business a huge success, to make your website a huge success. Okay, so to start with, in the first place, what is research? What is research? According to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, research is a careful study that is done to find and report new knowledge about something. So, research will help you find out new knowledge about something, the things that you didn't quite know already about something. Research is going to help you. And secondly, research is the activity of getting information about a subject. This subject, could be a person, it could be a group of people, it could be a country, it could be a culture, it could be a thing, right? It could be an animal. This subject could be anything. So just let's say you didn't know much about this thing, or you're curious and you want to know. So research will help you find out, gather information, and help you to get information about that subject. So that is simply what research is. So for your website, or for your online business, you conduct research to learn about the people, to learn about the idea, to learn about online business and how it's going to work for you. So now, why do you conduct research? Okay, so we're going to learn why do you conduct research and how you can conduct research. So first of all, why do you conduct research? Why do you conduct research? Now, we do research, right, as company owners, as business owners, as website owners, as content creators. We conduct research to learn more about our ideas. Now, research is very important, especially as you're starting out. All right, so you have this idea, you have this niche. All right, you've probably chosen your niche already, and it sounds great, it looks great, you have an idea, maybe you have a topic that you want to write about. It sounds great, you have an idea about a product that you want to create. It sounds great, it sounds good. But then when you conduct research, research will actually expose a lot of things to you. Do people actually want this idea? Are they actually interested in this product that you are trying to create? Because many times we just take actions based on assumptions. We just take actions based on you don't want to take actions like that. You don't want to just guess about something and then take action on it. You don't want to do that. You want to know, do people actually want this thing that I am putting out there? Right, so simply because you have an idea, it sounds great, it looks great to you, it doesn't mean that people need it. It doesn't mean that people want to hear about it. It doesn't mean that people are interested in it. Now, sometimes it could be that it's just you alone that is interested in this idea, because there is this uniqueness about many people. And sometimes it could just be that it's just people in your family. It could be that it's just people in just a small group in just a small group that are interested in this idea that you want to give out to the whole world. So sometimes you want to conduct research to know if this idea, whether this idea will work for the people or not. Sometimes the idea is good, but there are a lot of things that contribute. Sometimes the research will help you learn how you can present this idea. For example, if it is a blog post, if it is a blog article, how do you present these ideas to the people of different age groups, of different gender, of different backgrounds and locations? So research will help you learn about these things so that you hit the nail on the head and give the solutions that people actually love and make use of. But then you can't actually know everything unless you learn about the people. So research gives you more information about your idea, but nothing actually works. What actually makes everything work is your knowledge of the people. So knowledge of the people will help you understand how your idea will solve problems for them. So the second thing you want to know about research is the people. In fact, it's the most important thing. You want to know about the people that you are giving this idea to. You want to know, this idea of mine that I have, is it a pain point? Okay, is it a pain point? Is it solving a problem for these people? And how do you know if something is a pain point? You want to know, is this a problem for them that they are trying to solve? So these are the things that are actually involved. Is this a problem for them that they want to solve? Are they actively looking for a solution to this problem? Because there are some problems that are just like, I'll just make do, and all of that. Some is just because it just pops up in their mind every now and then. They talk about it and they laugh about it, but it's not like a real problem. Is it a real problem in their lives? And are they actively looking for a solution to these problems? Are they actively looking for solutions to these problem. Sometimes you can go as far as, would they be willing to would they be willing to pay for a solution to these problems? Starting out a website, you don't want to start talking about if people will be willing to pay for a solution to a problem. Are they willing to pay to get a solution to the problem? So you don't want to start deep, thinking too much about that. So you want to know these things. Is it really a pain point and this problem that you are trying to solve? So you want to know who the people are, the problem they have, the solutions you can provide, and how you can best provide this solution for them. So you want to know their pain point. Now, this pain point, is it frustrating them? Okay, is it frustrating them? What are they trying to solve? What are the solutions that they're trying to give out? Are they trying to save money? Okay, are they trying to save time? Maybe when they're carrying out the activity, it's wasting too much time. So, are they trying to save time? Are they trying to save money? So, these are the things that you consider to actually know if this solution you are bringing, if this content you are creating, if this product you are making will actually solve problems for them, if it will actually work. Because what makes a product work is that it is solving a problem. All right, that is what makes a product to work. So unless you are solving a problem for people, you are not in business. Because what you want is that you have an idea, and then you have people for which this idea is helping. Sometimes they may pay you, which is what business is. And then in the end, what do you get in the end after all said and done is that you make profit from solving problems for these people. Unless you have that idea that is a solution to people who most of the times are going to be paying for that solution, or probably it is helping them solve the problem, will get you to make money from that. Unless that is happening, you don't have a business. Unless you're solving a problem for people, you do not have a business. So simply because you have an idea only is not just going to work. You have to be solving the problem for the people. You have to be fixing their frustrations. You have to be making life easier for them. You have to be saving their time. You have to be, whatever it is you can fix in their lives that keeps them coming back, or maybe fixes it for life. There are different kinds of products for different reasons. Unless you can do that, you do not have a business. Now let's just look at some statistics about business that I think is very useful for what we're learning about. Now, the first is that 60%, according to research, all right, data, 60% to 95% of new products actually fail. All right. Now we know that every year, every month, many people launch new products. Data shows that 60% to 95% of these new products actually fail, right? Why do they fail? Now, there are a lot of things that causes a product to fail. Sometimes it's timing. The product is coming out too early, okay, when people are not yet into a condition or situations where they will look for, where they will need this product. Because I can tell you, nobody wants to buy a product and leave it so they can use it in the next 2 years, so they can use it in the next 5 years. Okay, people want a product that is meeting their need at that time. So timing is very important. This is something I learned from Matt Scott on YouTube, on one of the TED TEDx talks that he was doing. He conducted a research, out of so many companies that he has started and has also worked with. and he found out that amongst many factors that causes a product to succeed, one of the most important factors, that was the most important according to that study, it was that timing was the most important. Timing is very important. If you bring out a product too late or too early, then there is a good chance that it's not going to make it. All right. This is the fact. So if you bring up a new social media now, there is a good chance in 2023 you bring up a new social media platform, there is a good chance that it's not going to work. All right. So unless you're doing something different from what people are actually doing, you can't bring out another messaging platform just like Facebook and expect it to work. No, we already have Facebook. If you had brought that out, say in 1990 or 1995 or whatever, it would have been like a success, right? It would have been like a massive success. So that is what you want to, that is what people, that is what you learn from conducting research. So the timing, all right. So I was talking about the factors that contribute to success: timing, the idea, the packaging, and all of that. All these things contribute, but you can't quite know these things unless you conduct research. So many times when the research is wrong, you see that most of these startups are going to fail. So research will help you know, is the timing right? Is this idea useful to people? Are people actively in search of the solutions to these things? It's going to help you know, this content I'm creating, maybe there's too much information. This problem has been solved by other content creators already and has been rightly solved. All right. So you don't have any business writing about something, all right, writing a complete blog post. Now this doesn't mean that occasionally you won't have ideas that have been there already. That's not what it means. But you don't want to write a complete blog post on something, and everything that you have there for the most part is that something that people have solved already. So you want like 60, when you're starting out, you want like 80 to 100% of what you are writing about to be something that, that people haven't really written about. And sometimes when you try, yes, people haven't really written about. So you're going to be solving a problem that people are yet to have a solution to. And when you do this, you'll find out that it will be easier to get people to read your content and to fall in love with your content, your website, and even you as a person. So this is just some alarming stats that we have here that, in fact, according to the Harvard Business Institute, I think their own data showed that we have like 75% to 95% of businesses, of 75% to 95% of new products fail when they are after they have been launched. All right, so this is not what you want for your blog or your online business. So you want to conduct research first before you get started. Now the good thing about research is that research will help you know exactly like the right things to do to get your website to be successful. It actually increases chances of having a successful website. So this is very important. Research will help you get to know the people, and you want to know the people, all right? Because uh, one of the things you learn when you're getting to do research for your website or online business is that you get to learn about the user intent, because it's something called keyword research that we do. And this is very important when you're analyzing data from your, whether it's keyword research or whatever way you used in doing, whatever method you use for the research, you have to consider the intent. Now, this person wants a solution. What is the intent behind their search for a solution. All right, you want to know the intent. Say somebody wants like a big car. What is the intent? Is it because they have a big family, or it is because they're gonna be carrying much load? Okay, so you want to understand the intent. You don't want to jump on things and say, okay, they want a big car. There is a good chance that they have a big family, and don't always assume that you know what these people are searching for. You want to look closely so that you can find out exactly what these people are, what someone is searching for. Now, I cannot tell you the amount of content that we have online that are not actually hitting the nail on the head, that are not actually giving people the solutions that they want to have. And this is just a hint that we need to take note of when conducting research. Simply because there is a solution out there doesn't mean that it is the right solution for people. So, while your website is growing, you want to start writing about topics that probably have been covered already, but have not answered the question the user was searching for, haven't quite given the solution to the user, haven't quite given the solution, the exact kind of solution um, the user was actually searching for. So you want to know the intent. Now, when you're learning about keyword research, you will find out that intent is divided into things like informational intent. What is this person searching for? When they make a search for something, are they looking for information, or purely informational content, or they're looking for, is their intent informational, just to gather information and go? Or some other times, is it transactional? When we talk about transactional intent, you're looking at, are they looking to buy something? All right. Because when someone is trying to gather information, for example, they're looking at some like what are the different types of running shoes or something like that. Something like what are the best clothes for blah blah blah. What are the best clothes for a graduation? So they look out for something like that. They're just looking to get information. Now, when they're looking to buy something, you see searches like where to buy this, okay, where to buy this, and supermarkets near me. So when you look at those kind of keywords, you begin to see that they're actually looking for these. That you need to see that these are transactional keywords, and they're looking out for where to buy something. You don't start feeding somebody that actually wants to buy something with lots of stories and information that they don't want to read. They just want to know, where do I buy these things? And you don't try to sell too much, although you can actually occasionally mention where to buy. But when somebody is looking for information about the products, primarily what you want to give them is information about a product, lots of information that would meet their need. So, intent, understanding the intent behind a search, behind whatever your customer or consumer. I don't like to call um, them consumers, because you can start doing things that you wouldn't want others to do to you if you consider them consumers. What are the what are they actually? What is the intent behind what they are looking for? So when we start doing keyword research, we will talk a bit more on user intent. We'll understand them. We will understand them more, right? Okay, so let's just continue. Let's just continue. Now, the other thing is you learn when conducting research about people that you will actually be writing for is how you can provide the solutions to them in a way that is useful to them, because simply because you know the solution to a problem doesn't mean that you know which way, doesn't mean that you can present it to them anyhow. It doesn't mean that you can present it to them just in any way. Now, when you learn about the people, okay, let's just have an example here. So you are writing for college students, okay? If you're making content for college students, and say you have people from engineering coming to read the content, and you also have people from, let's say, arts coming to read the content. Now, obviously, those in engineering are going to be fascinated by data, okay, charts, things like that, things that make them think deeper and all of that. So you want to give them that kind of information. On the other hand, those coming to your website probably from arts, let's just assume that you can figure out that these people are coming from the arts section of the school. Now, when you're writing content for these people, you don't want to be feeding them with all those charts and difficult things. You just want to be giving them mostly something in plain text that they can read, especially literature students. You want to give them all that text that they can read, and this will help you serve them better. Okay. And furthermore, if we could talk about age, another thing that we could use as an example is age. Say you are a sports person and you have things that are actually working for you in the male sporting category, and then you're writing content and it's doing very well, and probably creating videos also is doing very well for male athletes, and then you want to do the same thing for female athletes. It helps if you can just conduct a little bit of research so that you can learn about the female athletes and how your information will help them, because sometimes simply because it's working for male doesn't mean that it will work for female, even though they are all maybe playing soccer or maybe playing basketball or maybe doing high jump and the rest of the things. So you want to know what are the differences between male sports and female sports, and how can I now tweak my content? So most of the times research is not about destroying completely your idea. Research is finding out where you may be lacking so that you can actually tweak your idea to be helpful to people in the way that it should be helpful to them. So you want to know in what way that you can provide a solution, or how you can tweak the solution to actually be helpful to these people. Another thing that you can find is how companies package products in different sizes. That is an obvious example, because some of the times, most importantly, they're trying to reach customers or consumers who do not have the money to afford the higher package, but also want to have a taste of the product. So this is why you see they bring out all different kinds of sizes, and also at the same time, depending on the situation, the customer may not need the product in that big category. Say you are making water, and everything is just in, like, the big water bottles. What if the person just needs something that they can carry? Obviously they will go for a company that has a smaller bottled water. So these are the things that you consider, and it will help you create a good solution for your audience and for your customers. So you want to know, in what way can I provide this solution so that it will be helpful to the customer. So you can have a good product, but you can have a good article to write about a good solution, but if you don't present it and structure it in a way that is going to be helpful to people, you probably may not get the kind of attention that you thought you would get. And sometimes you have a product that is a solution to people's problems. Unless you package it in a way that will be helpful to people, someone else could take the same product, package it well, give it to people, and they will just actually steal the market completely from you. So these are the things you have to consider. Things like age, things like gender, okay, so that you know how you can present the solution, not just in a way that will be helpful, also in a way that they can enjoy. Okay, it could be the same solution, but males could enjoy something in a different way, females could enjoy something in a different way. Now, the way your grandma wants something presented to them is not the way young people want it presented to them. So when you get to know your audience, you can know how to provide these solutions to them, and it also helps that you know what you are talking about. You are actively involved in what you are doing, because when you are involved, it becomes easier for you to figure out a solution that will be helpful to all these people, irrespective of their age or gender. Why? Because it's something you're actively involved in. You understand these different people and you know exactly what to do to actually help them. So we move on to the next thing. How exactly do you conduct research? So, how do you conduct research? Now, there are several ways to conduct research, methods. When you're talking about marketing research and all of that, but we're not going to go into all of that. So, there are just two ways that we're going to talk about interviews. So, the first one is interviews. So when I'm starting a new website, for example, one of the things that I do is that I just go about asking people casually what they think about the subject. How do you view this solution? How do you view this solution? I am thinking about this solution for this thing. How do you actually view this solution? So you want to gauge if people will go crazy about the solution, or if people don't even need it in the first place. Okay. So these are the things that you want to see. And most people make the mistake of thinking that simply because they're going to be writing on the internet, that there is, some people just put out the human connection completely. They just write as if they're writing for a robot or something. No, you're going to be writing to real human beings. So it helps to actually interact with humans to actually know how you can help them, because in the end, the person on the other end using the computer, using the smartphone to read your content is a human being. So asking human beings questions about what you're going to be writing about is actually going to help, because when you'll be putting out the solution, you will understand how to put it out to make it helpful to human beings. Another thing that you can learn by asking questions, conducting, if you have the resources, you conduct interviews, but sometimes you don't have to have all the resources. You can message your friend, you can you can bring up and you can bring up the question while you are sitting among friends. You just say, oh, hi guys, I need help on this. I want to know this and that. I want to know how you view this. I want to know what you think of this solution. And then they will help you, and whatever you get from that, you write it down and see how you can use that to further help your research. Another thing that I get out of asking people, I do not actively spend too much time on this. I just want a little information from real human beings, because in the end, even if you're writing for people searching things on Google, these are still going to be human beings searching. So it actually really helps if you can get data from human beings. Now, the other thing is I learned from them is how they would actually conduct research. I want to understand, because the way people conduct research, depending on the agenda, depending on their location, depending on their educational level, and the rest of the things, can be very different from you. Because if you just start writing based on how you would make a research, it could be very different from how other people. So you want to find out perspectives from other people. I remember when I wanted to start a sporting website, I actually went out asking people in the same sports, if you wanted information on this, how would you Google it? And I gathered a lot of information. And the information you get from this will help you, it can help you figure out what attracts people, what actually gives people trust. Okay, because sometimes you can have a good information, but unless you tie it to a famous teacher, something like that, people may not actually um, uh, trust that information that you are giving to them. Are they interested in data, and things like that? Are they interested in top figures in the industry, things like that? When you get this information from people, you will get to know, and then analyze the data, analyze the information that you are getting from the people, from maybe your friends, family, and the rest of the people. If you have a bigger group, you can actually always throw the question to them. So this information will help you know how people even go to search about things, and it will help you when you are picking out topics and writing out content for people. So that's the first way you can actually conduct a simple interview, or ask people about what you want to write about your niche, about maybe a topic that just popped up in your head, about an article that you wanted to write. And from there you will have good data that you can incorporate with your research. This doesn't mean that you throw out the original ideas out of the window. Someone like me, I always have like my few ideas that I have written down. It doesn't mean that you just throw them away. You just, what you do is you gather more information, put them together, and uh, it will help you uh, write the right uh, write the right content for your people, produce and create the right content for your people. So those are interviews, and that is one of the ways that you conduct research. The second way that you can conduct research is keyword is done as keyword research, and this is like the predominant way that you will be conducting research for your blog. In fact, I only do these little interviews mostly when I'm just starting out, or maybe trying to bring in a new topic. But 99% of the time, all right, I'm doing my research using the internet. Okay, because the people that will be coming to the website will actually be using the internet, and there is something known as keyword research. This involves using tools tools produced by Google and other top companies to search for things that people are to know, to gather information on things that people are searching for on the internet, on Google, on YouTube, on Facebook. And now there are tools that can give you information on what people are searching for. Now, the idea is that when you know what people are searching for, it becomes easier for you to know. It gives your website a higher chance of succeeding because the solution that you'll be giving, the content that you'll be creating, there are people already looking for that solution that you are presenting to them. So keyword is very important. So what is a keyword? For example, this thing we're looking at, uh, create a website is like a keyword, all right? And that is like and there are two kinds of keywords. There's like short tail, there's like short keyword, and there's the long tail. There's a short tail and there's the long tail keyword. Mostly, most people consider short tail keywords to be like 2 to 3 words. Okay, so things like black shoes. Okay, things like, that is something that if you Google, that all kinds of companies are going to come out, and there is just uh, too many information on the web about black shoes. So, but as a new content creator starting a new website, what you want to be looking for will be long tail keywords. For example, say create a website is a short tail keyword. You want to be going for long tail keywords like how to create a website on Blogger, how to create a website on WordPress. Okay, and you know you want to go for keywords like that, long tail um keywords like that. So those are the kind of keywords that you want to be going for. And when we do keyword research, we won't cover keyword research in this video. This video was just about research, so that we can take research seriously for our website, because it is a business. All right, so in our next video, yes, we're going to learn about keyword research, how you can do keyword research and actually do keyword research, so you can follow along and learn how to do keyword research for your website. Come up with titles that you're going to write about. Starting out, we're going to have like 10 to 30 titles that we're going to write about, so that we put them on our website and people actually start reading them, and then we can go on from there. So keyword research is using tools that are available on the internet to actually search for keywords, to gather keywords that people are searching for. Now, example of those tools are like Google Trends. So there is Google Trends that actually helps you, and this is directly from Google, so it's like a very important tool. It's one of those tools that you want to have in your arsenal, because since the data is from Google, it is very correct. So it will help you know what people are searching for. It will help you know what is trending, okay, so that you can start writing on what people are searching for, so that you can almost guarantee, because there is no guarantee, but it will help you have a guarantee that people are going to come and read what you have, because they are already actively searching for it. We have something like Google Auto Suggest, which is like what I am looking at, because Google will always suggest things that people have already tried to look for. So when you come to Google and enter a keyword, Google will bring out suggestions that other people have actually searched for. And from there, okay, you can pick out topics to research on and actually write on. We also have SEMrush. Some people call it SEMrush. We also have Hrefs, which will help you conduct research. Some of these tools can be very costly, so but it just depends on your budget. And just starting out, we don't want you spending too much money, so there are free tools that you can use and then gather information for you to use for your website. All right, so now that is all that we're going to cover in terms of research. Now, research doesn't mean that you're going to know everything. Research doesn't mean that you probably won't make mistakes. All right, there are big companies that brought out products that we know failed. It doesn't mean that they didn't do research. Sometimes they did research, sometimes they didn't get the right data, sometimes they got correct data, but it wasn't analyzed and interpreted correctly. So these things happen. So don't get stuck doing research. No, it's not something you do forever. All right, so you just want to pick out topics that you know it will be easy for you to rank for. Okay, we will learn about that. Will be easy for you to rank for. Okay, once you gather these topics and you start writing about them, the more you write and the more people come to your website, the more you're going to learn about them, user behavior, and the rest of the things. So, and that is why when we were doing website setup, we actually integrated Google analytics. Okay, when we have to do SEO, we will also integrate the Google Search Console on our website so that we can gather data on what people are searching for, so we can give them the blog post, the content, create content and videos if you're into video creation, or write content if you're doing mainly content writing, so it can meet the needs of the visitors coming to your website. All right, so getting started is very important to gather the information that you need to do like 10-30 blog posts, and then you get started. In our next video, we will learn how to do keyword research, come up with like 30 topics that we are going to start writing about on our website. Okay, so that is that for this video. If you're watching on YouTube and this has helped you in any way, you learned anything, please don't forget to like this video, and so to also subscribe to the channel if you're new, so that when we put out good when we put out videos, you can actually receive the notifications and watch them. All right, that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. Have a great time. Take good care of yourself. Thank you for watching. Have a good time. Take good care of yourself. All right, thank you for watching. Have a great time. Take good care of yourself.